Hi, I'm John Bashinsky, and I'm running for President Business Manager of Local 513 this year.
My name is Jason Owens. I'm running for trustee.
And my name is Mike Francis, and I'm in wealth management.
And what we're doing here today is we're doing a recap of the event that we had on Saturday. During that event, we touched on our annuity. We kind of went over the money that, how it's invested, what kind of returns we've gotten, and we had some interesting conversations, to say the least, and I think we all learned a lot. Tonight we want to go over a little recap and touch on all that stuff for everybody. One being, right now in our plan, we are a trustee controlled plan, trustee directed plan. And there's other options out there, basically, but under this trustee directed plan, the trustees make all the decisions for all the participants. We brought up the idea of having a participant directed plan, and also a thing that it's a hybrid plan. It's a trustee and participant directed plan. And we'll go over the different benefits of each type of plan. The trustee directed plan, as we all know, we don't have a say. We get what we get. However, the trustees decide what's best. That's what we get. Mike, would you like to talk about the participant plan and a trustee and participant plan?
Yeah, I think one of the highlights of what they'll be able to see that happened this weekend, and not only was I there, but my partner Marie, who's been doing this for 44 years. She's actually out of Detroit and specializes working with unions and pension plans and things of this nature. So retirement is really her bread and butter. And whenever we're talking about participant directed, one of the things that a lot of people get concerned with is they're thinking that, oh, I have to be a professional investor, I have to be a savvy investor. And we kind of dispelled a couple of those myths over this weekend, and that will be what you'll be seeing on the video that's coming out soon. Whenever a plan is put together, you have financial professionals such as myself, Marie, a number of other people out there who are qualified to do it that give you a drop-down list items that you can choose from. Now, that's how most plans are. A lot of 401ks, and I think the majority of the union plans.
Absolutely.
I've got a couple of guys who are up here working on the pipeline in Eureka, and they're out of Texas, and they were kind of baffled to find out that people were still doing it the way that it's being done. But with that said, another key component that we've discussed with John and everyone is how you should already have in place individuals like myself, financial professionals who come in quarterly, familiar faces, names that you get to know and see, phone numbers that you have, contact information, where we get to sit down and go with you, go over your financial situation, kind of take a pulse of your financial health, work with you, your spouse, your children, and not just prepare to make sure that you have a successful retirement, but in many cases we can work and plan for generational wealth. So not only are you enjoying your retirement and the funds that you work so hard, spent your entire career accumulating and investing, but to be able to leave something behind for your family, which all of us definitely would like to do. So the hybrid plan, I know there's been word of people that are incredibly happy with what they're getting. And it's my understanding that John and 513 Strong don't want to take that away from anybody. In fact,
No.
it's actually a hybrid plan where you can keep that in place. And so those individuals that are happy with the current return that they're getting, such as the 3.9%, and that's great. They'll be able to continue to do that. Whereas individuals who are younger, might want to invest a little bit differently, more fitting to their lifestyle. They'll have the opportunity to do so and then make changes over the years as they get closer to retirement. So it's more about the options, a hybrid plan where we can keep what's in place or something similar in place that's still trustee directed, while just providing the option to have a better retirement, a better financial future for those individuals who wish to kind of take on that responsibility themselves with the guidance of financial professionals, that they can meet with quarterly or call up whenever, as often as they need to.
And I think that's huge. I really do. I know a lot of us, since it's never been an option for us as of yet, I think that will be very beneficial to our members. to be able to actually sit down with a professional and get some proper guidance. That way, nobody's blowing up their account. I know that was brought up Saturday as well. Having the possibility of taking over your own account and maybe investing it in high risk and blowing it all up and losing everything. Like Mike said, that just won't be an option. You'll have a vetted menu of options to pick from.
Well, I'll put it this way: even if somebody was, let's just say, very, very unfortunate to where they went 100% stock on day one of the 22-day market collapse, where stocks dropped 36% last year. So you look at $100,000, their account would have dropped down to around $64,000. That's not a good day. It's not a good month. No one wants to see that, right? But the account isn't blown up also, and the majority of people aren't going to find themselves in that kind of a situation. If you had a 50-50 split, you might have seen a 15% drop, so going from $100,000 down to $85,000. I think the most important thing that people are concerned with this term of blowing up an account, one of the things that they need to do even more so is to sit down with a financial expert and who kind of takes that tolerance for risk. I know whenever I work with clients, my question always is, we have $100,000. How much of that has to go away overnight for you to pick up the phone and call me and say, I wish I never would have met you?
Right.
And if they say it's $20,000, well, good. We set their risk so that they don't lose $20,000 overnight. Maybe their risk tolerance is $10,000 on the downside or something like that. Now, that's something that this isn't an anomaly. Like, this is the norm. Mm-hmm. This is what people have in companies and unions all over the country.
Exactly.
So, and I think it's something I got to meet a lot of really incredible people, and I know a lot of them were incredibly appreciative and thankful for us to come up and just educate them. And I was really honored and happy to be able to there and have the opportunity. It's just kind of unfortunate that for so many people that they haven't been getting this already, but it's not something that's already in place.
Yeah.
Because like I said, that's the anomaly, is that there's not someone there working with all of you guys already.
I can tell you, I'm very thankful for you and Marie helping us out on this the way you have. You guys have educated us tremendously, and I believe you educated a lot of guys Saturday. And when the video comes out, I believe everybody will see a side that is beneficial to our union and its members, and hopefully we can get that taken care of in the future.
I think another risk factor that some people don't think about is on the opposite end of the spectrum of blowing up your account, is not generating enough money in your annuity or your retirement to last your whole retirement. With the increase in life expectancy, people are living longer, and if you don't generate enough money in those accounts, you're going to run out of money before your time is up. And I think that's something to consider. If
everything goes right, if there's no bumps along the way. Everybody's health is different, everybody's situation is different. We're all one accident away from being in a hole.
And that's something I feel like we got a lot of feedback that we covered great this week, and also that they'll be able to see whenever that video comes out, is that we covered the risk of investment loss, but the risk that everybody doesn't think of is outliving their retirement, which I can speak personally. My mom did, and my mom's outlived her retirement, so now she's living on Social Security, and and thankfully we're there in the position where we are that we can help support her. But it happens to people. We see it happen to people, and it's personally affected me. And then one of your members, his mom was 88 years old, and he kind of brought it up where fortunately she has 9 children that all love her and care about her because she outlived her retirement.
Yep.
What was good back then isn't necessarily good now. Back then you had retire at 65, live to 72. You gotta make your money last 72 years.
That's exactly.
So if I've got $200,000 in place, it's not the hardest thing in the world to do. I might not be able to live the lifestyle I want to, but now if you retire at 65, you have a life expectancy of 90, you got to make that money last 25 years, almost as long as you worked.
Right.
And $200,000,
not gonna make it.
it's rough, man. It's rough. I see it, and I know that I've spoken with people that wish that they had done something different. When it's too late, it's too late.
Yeah, and that's exactly right. That's what this is all about. we need to create more wealth during our working years, so that when we do hit those golden years of retirement, we are better off. We have a better opportunity to still invest and make more money. It comes down to compounding that wealth over years. The more we can compound, the better the return is going to be at the end. And that's something we really hit home on Saturday, and a lot of people really understood it. After the meeting, we sat down and we talked to several members that were just like, man, I can't believe we're not doing this already. This makes total sense, especially when you look at how our plan has performed, say, over the last 10 years. We haven't even hit these low benchmarks that our money managers have set for us. It's inflation plus 3%, and we failed to hit these. And when you compound all that money that we're not making, it adds up fast.
Right. I mean, let's look at the performance of the stock market over the last 10 years. Mike, you know exact numbers. Where's it been?
Yeah, I mean, over the last 10 years, if you'd have been 50 stock, 50 bond, which is pretty moderate, you might see that for somebody who's 50 years old or so, you're looking at about a 9% return year over year. And I know with what you guys have been, you've got a 3.9% return year over year with your current portfolio, which, as John said, it's not beating the benchmark that's been put in place. Now, 1 year, when you're looking at 1 year, I think it was 5.8, the benchmark was 5.7, right? But in our world, where these investment managers, maybe they are there, maybe they're not in my same world, but I know if we don't meet certain benchmarks, especially over a 4-year term or something like that, we're usually looking for a new job. Not necessarily at a different firm, right, because we still have our other clients that we take care of, but for as far as the trustees would, make a switch and say, we're going to go a different direction.
We see it day in and day out in our line of work also. If we can't meet the expectations that are out there for us as operators and what they expect, how they expect us to perform every day, then we're getting a layoff check and they're getting a new operator. It's pretty simple. And that's all we need from our money managers. We need them to be able to perform and do the job that we're asking them to do. And right now, we're not even hitting the benchmarks that they've set for us that are conservative, very conservative.
I think ultimately, Saturday was incredible. You guys had a great turnout. A lot of people were very interested in this. There's, like I said, a ton of positive feedback.
We received a lot of questions, and I think you and Marie answered those questions with facts and really educated a lot of people that were there.
Well, you're going to have a lot more whenever you guys put the video out there. So, it always stands that if you guys need to ever reach out to anybody and they have questions, by all means, they can reach out to you guys. You can reach out to us, put us in touch with them. We'll do whatever we can, and that's our job at the end of the day. We're passionate and care about people. You guys spend your entire careers, working very hard to, build this city, build the hospitals where children's lives are saved and they're operated on. And I was taking Marie home Saturday night, and I said, "You see the hospital over there?" When I was 8 years old, I had kidney stone surgery to save my life. My bladder was about to explode.
Yep.
And you guys had a hand in building that building, and so that's what I love about working with her. Marie's an incredible person, a wealth of knowledge, but her passion just parallels with mine on, putting people first. When you talk about, the annuity or, this or, that, there's individual lives that are on the other side of those pensions, on the other side of those annuities, that are going to be impacted far along, beyond once everybody's gone.
Exactly right. And I know I'd like to say thank you, and thank you to Marie for coming down and helping us. It's been tremendous. It's been an eye-opener for sure. It's just like one of the things we discussed Saturday was, did we vote to, when we set this plan up, when we switched from the original annuity to this profit-sharing plan, did we as a local vote to have it set up as a trustee-directed or participant-directed? And the answer is no. No, we weren't given the option. It was just set up for us as a trustee directed plan. And I think we really ought to take a good hard look at that and maybe have a vote on that. I think that might be a difference maker for members when they actually have a say in how things go, and having that option to invest on their own with the guidance of professionals to help grow their wealth. Because honestly, I'm not too happy with that 3.9% that we've gotten over the last 10 years. It won't even cover the taxes when I go to retire. If I want to pull it out, it doesn't even cover the taxes. So that's just that's not a win. I think we could be doing a lot better. I know we did a little chart basically on Saturday, which showed people two accounts. If we put $25,000 into each account to start off, and we went 25 years, each year we added $1,000. At that 3.9% rate of return that we've got over those 25 years, that $25,000 turned into
Right around 107.
Yeah, $107,000. And then in the other account, we started off at $25,000 and we added $1,000 every year, and we went off of
It was, yeah, so
Yeah.
50% stock, 50% bond. If you would have had that blend over the past 10 years, it was slightly just like 9.06%.
yeah, but it was 310,000. $310,000. That's quite a difference.
And that illustration was mainly done just to teach people compound interest, right? To show them what, it's not just you're getting this amount every single year, but it's once you've accumulated this much more, then that's getting this much more, and that's getting this much more. I want to say it's Albert Einstein or somebody, but I love it. But the old saying of, there's two types of people in this world: people who get compound interest and those who don't. And being literal in a sense that you get it, you get it.
Mm-hmm.
When you don't get it, and you're kind of content with, you're not going to get it.
That's
And
exactly right.
If you get it, you're at the 310. If you don't get it, you're at the 107. That might be a better way to put it.
Yeah, and I'm ready for the 310, believe me. So this video from Saturday will be coming out here shortly, sometime this week. We're going to edit it down because it's a rather large video. It was 2 seminars that we put on Saturday. And I want to say thank you to everybody that came out and donated and got some food. It was great. We raised about $2,000 for Linus's wife.
So we want to encourage everyone to, when these videos do launch this week, to take the time and watch them. There's a lot of information and a lot of questions answered from membership, and I think it'll kind of open your eyes to what can be done, and it can be done.
It absolutely can be done. I don't know if everybody's received some of our mailers yet, but we've sent 2 mailers out. On each mailer, it has each one of our phone numbers of everyone who's running on the 513 Strong team. I encourage you to reach out and talk to one of us if you have any questions. And thank you for your time, and we'll see you here in the future.